I've been thinking about what to talk for like past hours. Ever since like 2 a.m. I have been like really hungry, so I thought I maybe just uh, have something to eat before I get to drink. And whilst I was eating and preparing all of this, I was kind of think about what I should be talking today and what had in my mind. And but as soon as you hit the go live button, it kinda like goes all away from your head. So I think since this is a drinking stream, I think we can start right away from explaining what we'll be drinking today. This was the sake called Tears of the Polar Bears. Hokkyo no Kuguma no Namida. Right. So this was a sake junmai sake that was in a kind of viral hit in Instagram because of this package renewal they did. It have like this really nice pelt kind of logo attached to the bottle. Kind of resembles the ice because of the frosted finish. So it was. I don't think it is like particularly really nice in terms of like Yukiozuki that I have drunk some time ago. I think it was like 4 months ago. And I think in some of the playthrough, I think last Nier Automata playthrough, or was it Replicant that I mentioned about buying some sake? But I kind of forgot about it, and this completely have skipped my mind that it was existing, just chilling in my fridge for whatever months. I hope this is not like expired, since I didn't open it. I don't think it expires. Yeah. Anyways, to go with this sake, Tears of Polar Bears, I prepared some mushrooms. It's kind of gnarly looking because I have no other ways to cook rather than a microwave, so I microwaved it. This is some shiitake and some matsutake. Like these strings would be matsutake, and those little stops would be shiitake. I was craving mushrooms ever since Sazun, a mushroom VTuber, like ate really nice natural fun matsutake. It's really giant mushrooms. It have like really strong mushroom flavor, and when it is like usually grown in a farm, but when it is grown in naturally, it develops a really nice earthy and like meaty flavor that you can expect from really nice mushrooms. But unfortunately, I don't have any money to buy a natural matsutake. But the farm-grown matsutake also kinda nice as it is, so I prepare some. I just drizzle some to you over it and microwave in a vinyl blanket for 2.5 minutes, which steamed it real nicely, and I think this will taste great. But first, I think I'd like to taste this like 4 months. My fridge aged. Okay. I don't really particularly expect a much. I know I would be like this sake because it is quite like how do I say it? Despite it is went viral because of the label and its design, I think I heard a lot of good things about this sake, and one thing was it is kinda amaguchi, like sweet to the mouth. Smells like it. So without further ado, I think I will be tasting this one. It's kinda strange when sake is chilled. It is kinda like become little viscous, but this one looks just like water. Don't have any viscosity or stuff. It's kinda strange. Maybe I was over refrigerating my sake before. But anyways, let's see how it tastes. Kanpai. It's definitely amaguchi. It have when you put it on your nose, you can really feel the floral note. Like if you imagine you put your nose into like lily, violet, those kind of sweet scented flowers, you can kinda smell a really like sweet scent that is linger in your tip of your nose. Kind of sweetness is really not pungent, really prominent in your first whiff, and as you drink, there's like no resistance to your mouth. I think I think that is what makes it amaguchi. Since I kinda knew a lot of haraguchi sake, which kinda have some bite to your tongue and your teeth and your throat. But this one is kinda like really dangerous. It kinda goes down really smoothly. Let's try it one more again. Bye. Yeah, no resistance at all. It's really smooth. It is like really kind of overly sweet in my taste. It's kind of strange. This is I really expected nothing of this sake, but this provides like really like unique experience. I never had like proper amaguchi sake, so maybe this is insulting to the brewery, but kinda tastes like sucralose. I know it is like 100% natural. It is really sweet in a sense that it tingles like the upper side of your gum and your upside of your mouth inside. It kind of coats your mouth in some kind of like a nectar sweetness, and because this really goes down without any resistance or kick of the ethanol, this is really dangerous. Yeah. And it is not like watery too. I have a lot of I had a lot of like pack sake, like little like carton sake in a cartons. And I had a lot of cheap bottle sake that is kind of like watery. But this one have a strong like junmai flavor, that rice funk. But it is so sweetly developed that it coats my mouth and it just goes down really smoothly. This is amusing to drink nonetheless. Right. So after that, the mushroom stream I watched, I was kinda like binging mushrooms. I bought like 6 or 8 mustake. I bought some little stems of maizake, and I bought a basket of enoki and a lot of shiitake. And I was like eating a lot of mushrooms in a form of hot pot because, well, the winter here is really cold. And just the other day I think it snowed supposedly in this land. It is kind of unfortunate that this region of my country doesn't really snow. So yeah. Anyways, I was really the main reason I really wanted to try the sake plus mushrooms is that I have been like went to a lot of yakitori's, a lot of izakayas to eat some like meat product like skewers, maybe like a tuna, like fried chickens, and yeah, mostly like grilled stuff. But I don't think I ever went to like a Japanese style bar, whether it be yakitori or izakaya. I don't think I ever ate a mushroom there, cause maybe I am such a cheapskate that I don't choose like vegetable or mushroom options. But when I heard her eating mushrooms with sake, it hit me that I really didn't eat mushrooms with sake. So I was really curious about the pairings. I think last time I drank some sake with yuke is the beef tartar, I think raw beef, marinated with sauce and egg. Okay, this definitely have been gotten cold, but anyways. This part is just microwaved. And these mushrooms have been like week old, I think. It is still really nice. It is. I heard that the country that don't eat like octopuses and squid and stuff kind of have the disgust towards the jelly-like bites and texture, but as a person who really like jelly-like texture, this is like steamed into like really perfect degree. I can smell and taste really nice aroma of like a little tsuyu and the mushrooms. Despite it being just been microwaved, I think this serves so nicely as a little snack. Goes alongside this drink. Nice. One thing I worried about the Yamaguchi sake is that I like Karakuchi as in terms of it sweeps away all of the residual taste off from your mouth and like cleanse your palate and leave your mouth in a state of really like refreshed state. But some of the stereotypes I had towards Namakuchi sake is it is kind of sweet and doesn't linger that much. That I felt like it would be mixing flavors inside my mouth. But this one is surprisingly how should I say, strong in terms of its prominence of flavors. So that it's kinda like I don't think this one wants to harmonize with any of the flavors I put in my mouth. Maybe if I like eat it with dessert, like a shortcake, maybe eclair, maybe chocolate, or something nutty like hazelnut. I think this would be goes really well with like roasted nuts. Yeah, but I don't think this really like wants to mix itself with savory dish, which is I'm having right now. The mushrooms and some soy sauce. So it's definitely there is some like mismatch between the drinks and the side dish I'm having. But on the other hand, I think it is kind of nice to able to enjoy both things at once. This one have prominent flavor, this one have really nice prominent flavor too. So I can just alter it between and just taste whatever it provides me. And that's something joyful, I think. I was setting up this stream actually I was setting up this stream for like 3 days for now. I just hadn't have any like every day when there is like 4 a.m. like is approaching that time, I was always thinking about today I will be streaming, I will be drinking. Today I will be streaming, I'll be drinking for like 3 days. Cause I think I talked about the future plans of this channel, the future plans of me, and at my like last episode of Nier Automata playthrough, which I kind of regret it now to end it like really abruptly, because I went to like Route C first, the very mercy kill to be, and that Route C kind of unlocks the shortcuts to the Route D and E and such. So I just like canonized myself that the Route C I chose was my canon, my head canon, the canon I want to believe. So after I reached the state, I went to see the another endings, and I just went through the wikis and about what I have missed, like joke endings, gag endings. But it was like a 10 a.m. stream. It's like 2 hours talking about like the reflections. And I was like streaming Elden Ring, The Shadow of the Old Tree. I was like talking retrospective for like 6 hours, I think. Was it 3 hours? I don't really remember, but yeah. And somewhere along the line, I kind of mentioned about I really wanted to play Replicant one more time to finish a route at the ending E, the kind of ending. I think I saw ending A and B to unlock the ending C and D. So I just have to like speedrun all the bosses once to go to the ending D, which is saving Kaine by sacrificing you, the player, as a Nier. And you get to play as a young Nier once again after the route D. And you have to reach to the area. And then there begins a secret route to the mythic forest. The forest of the mist forest. I really forgot the name. And then you're gonna go to like sequence with like Emil and stuff, and kind of blooms into the flower, that root. It was kind of like really sad when I was like playing Neo Automata for like when I was like actively playing and streaming the Automata game. The voice actor for Kaine passed away during that moment, so it was like really kanashi and really sad because I really was invested in playing the replicant. With the storylines, the characters, and many of those intricate storylines really intrigued me. So I was kind of really pumped to like have some tribute stream to play the last bit that I missed from the replicant. But let's see if I can squeeze that into my schedule right now. As of right now, I'm kind of preparing to revamp this channel, because as you can like see, everything is kind of hand drawn. Everything is done in a style of like, it is definitely there is an effort, but it is made with in such a haste manner. I kind of like want to upgrade its visuals with a lot of new colors, a lot of new visuals. So I have been preparing that also for like past. Good luck. Hope the channel transition goes well for you. Yeah, I hope so. I don't think the core of the channel would be changed, which is do whatever I want to do. Whether it be playing games, drinking some drinks I acquired from like the various sources. But yeah, I just want to up the visuals to the standard. I want to look at it actively. Well, it is kind of nice if I learn the L2D again and make a proper like L2D models, but that is kind of like overshooting my objective. And yeah, in 2 months I have to leave this place, which is where I'm living it right now, because of a graduation and every other stuff I have to deal with to become a proper member of the society. So that is unfortunate. But by preparing those, I kinda started a really nice thing. I actually not enrolled. Actually, I have been taking lessons in Japanese like for past few weeks. It is how should I say it? 日本語は小学生のした頃にはなんか喋ってると思いますけど、 なんか社会人になって企業に面接してその準備をしてるのはなんか敬語とかなんか礼儀を使って言葉をするそんなものが大事だと思いですから11月の2週くらいから日本語のレッスン始まりました。先生が本当に優しくて、結構レッスン1時間の30分くらいは雑談の感じで、何をしていますか元気は、元気なんだったっけなんだったっけ天気はどうですか元気ですかとか、今週には、酒の話してますけど、で、私は、あー僕はなんか芋焼酎が好きで、酒中にも、大吟醸がちょくちょく好きで、いっぱい飲みますと、こんな感じで、結構喋ってから、まあ、そんな、なんか一般的な一生の話は、日常の話は、できると思いますけど、でも、企業に面接して、企業に日本から仕事して人、なんか願うことですからね。それで、英語とか使って、一般な、言葉を使うのは本当に難しいと思います。それで、ビジネス日本語で、あどうか、外の人、なんか始める人、社長の人、上の人とか、そんな人に、ブレになりますように、そんなものになりますように、ちゃんと日本語を勉強して、来年は、日本の企業に、違うってなんだっけなんか仕事しています。仕事をしたいと思います。So I was like talking a lot too, since because of my constitution and the surgery, I haven't been talking a lot. And I sometimes go like 2 weeks or like 1 month without talking anything. But because I have a lessons, like once in a week, hours in a day, I get to speak a lot of like the language I can speak. So I don't know. It is like really good development for me. Yeah. Anyways, for my future plans, and I hope I can somehow keep the channels and regularly stream a lot of things that I like. But that's just my hope. But for that little dream of mine, kanpai. Hmm. Right. So before I want to do like a channel review, channel revamp, channel how should I even call this project? Transitions, revisualizations. There should be some like word to describe it like perfectly. Maybe overhaul. Yeah, maybe overhaul is no, overhaul is like fixing something. Refinish. I think revamp is the perfect word to describe it. But I'd like to do some little streams. At least I want to tie the knots. No, tie the knots is the fucking English word for making a baby, isn't it? So, I want to make an endpoint to like finish what I started, like as in playing the new replicant, and after I get to finish that one, I think I can expand my like repertoire, because I have been only streaming 3 games for now. If you pick DLC as though like its own game, I played Elden Ring's DLC, Nier Replicant, and Automata. But I want to express and like expand a little bit more of my repertoire, and I have like a lot of backlogs in my Steam page and stuff. And what I want to really start is then I kind of want to do a demo stream. So I'm kind of like broke. I can spend a lot of money on games that are like full price. But after I kind of like revamp the channel, I want to start like a series of like I'm trying like some demo of popular games. The one I'm really thinking about right now is Ultra Kill and the Metaphor game that launched this year. The one made by the Persona producers. Those 2 games have its like demo versions available in the Steam page, and I kind of want to finish the demo in one sitting kind of stream. Ultra Kill, I really don't understand what kind of game that is, but I have been listening to some of the Ultra Kill music. It is kind of aligned with my musical taste a bit, so I was really excited to try those. And Metaphor, I have a lot of interest playing like Persona like games. I have been watching a little bit of like Persona playthroughs or like live streams of any other like friends playing it. But I heard the Metaphor is a really like different type of the experience you would expect from like a Persona franchise. So I could just like play and buy the Persona 3, which is like frequently on sale, I think. So, but I'd like to like have this like series of like playing demos. Maybe I can like play most on the Rise demo. Yeah. And I want to play some like indie games like Helltaker. I think Helltaker is like too big of a game to consider as like indie games, but it's not like published by the major like major publisher. So I think it is like technically an indie game. So Helltaker, the Undertale Yellow. I think I played Deltarune part 1, but the data is on my laptop, so I have to like maybe start the Deltarune from like part 1. I'm not really sure, but yeah. What else? What else? I kind of want to try the pirate softwares though. I have been like binging his videos because there is something about like his articulations and his like way to like convey informations. I know he's like educated in some like social engineering and a lot of like teaching stuff. But as a person who kind of thought about being a teacher once, I think his knowledge is really vast, but to articulate and properly convey that knowledge you have into catch your attention and stuff, like any other viewers that don't even interested about that how should I that topics maybe, because I really don't give a shit about like Evil 9. I have like had on like interest about playing Evil 9 once, but I have heard his like rant about how like the vulnerability of the like a system and the things, and it's like really fascinating. Like I really can't give more like my headspace to the thing, but the way he explains this kind of complicated things are really like amazing skills, and that skills alone intrigues me to pay attention to his like stuff, his like ferret rescue stuff and his like game developing stuff. I kind of want to try that. And I kind of, since the Undertale Yellow is under like a fan game, and I don't know, I will be monetized in 3 years or like whenever. But since like before I get like monetized, I have like free reigns in my channels to stream whatever, unless they're like explicitly like forbid you to like stream the games. So I can like play like modded stuff. I can play. How should I say it? Like fan games and everything. So I kind of want to play some like Hololive fan games too, like Fly a Nui Quest and Holocure. I haven't ever played Holocure since I don't know. I really haven't been invested in the Vampire Survivor hype, but since like I can't really give much attention to the Vampire Survivors because I don't really care about vampires, like random skeletons. But Holocure, it is all my Oshis in there, and there's like a really like off-game stuff, like the Jump Kings, the farming stuff. It would be really nice to experience, like from the first playthrough get-go. I don't think anyone is interested in like fresh playthroughs if in at this stage. But yeah, the possibilities are endless. Yeah, and I kind of want to do an Apex stream. It helps to have a vested in it. Yeah. Anyways, I kind of want to do like some challenge streams. The first thing I have in mind is of course the Apex. Since I have been like consistently hitting plat in like every season if I don't get really bored with a game. But now this is kind of the meta I practiced. This kind of like a funny story, but after I finished the the Nier Automata last playthrough. For like a month, I only played Apex, like 24/7 almost. Like really almost. I slept and I wake up and played Apex. And what I played in Apex was Newcastle. Cause um I don't know, I just liked the character from the get-go, and it was like before these seasons. So I was like solo queuing Newcastle. I was playing like team queuing Newcastles. So and now the seasons is changing to like support meta, and Newcastle have been like really overpowered legend, like in the tier list, like the top of the crop, like the cream of the crop, like top of the top, the king of the kings. Legend, and I have sufficient skills to play that legend in the team settings. So I kind of want to do a challenge about climbing platinum to diamonds, cause I have been like consistently climbing to platinums almost every season, but I don't think I ever hit diamonds in Apex. I don't think my mechanical skills or like a fighting brain is like on the diamonds level, but I think I can do it if I really invest in it. Invest in it as like uh, I get proper rest, not just like playing the game for like 18 hours a day. But if I like eat, hydrate, sleep, and practice, I think in within maybe like 2 weeks I can climb into the diamonds. And I kind of want to do it on stream because it is an achievement for me, isn't it? So before this split, if the situations and the time allows, I think, yeah. Right. I forgot to mention about. I want to do a challenge where I solo queue into diamonds. Like I have been like spoiled in restacking in Apex. I was like consistently the solo queue warrior, like through and through. But I have been spoiled by like good, like communicating teammates with like divided roles, with like fragging power that is like at least matched mine, and have like same pings and have like passions. And I once I experienced that kind of like vibe, I cannot like go back into just like quietly playing games, like 3 a.m. Tokyo server with only pings and stuff. So I'm definitely spoiled by the like kindness of the Apex players that I have met. But more sure I'd like to do like solo queue challenge. Like I know I'm not a master material, but I know if I like put my mind into it, I can at least climb into the diamonds. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that challenge. I should have like memoed what I wanted to say that I have been like rolling in my head for like past 2 hours. Now I don't know what to say. When there is doubt, I think it's time to goodbye. think it is it warms up. English is kind of tricky. It is not like warming up. It is reduced down to room temperature. I think the ethanol, the alcohol, is kind of being more prominent than when I was having this really cold. That the explosion or like little sweetness, it is real language. The sweetness I felt in my mouth was like a really muted alcohol scent. So now it's kind of like alcohol-y, but it is still enjoyable. I think it is how should I put it? Yeah, it is nice cause it is really cold outside. Okay. Where's my phone? Hey Siri. Hey Siri. How's the weather outside? It's 3 degrees Celsius. Right. The like air is really cold. I have to like wear these jerseys and stuff all the time inside cause really I like sometimes I feel like I'm kind of a dog cause you know like dogs when you like feel a dog nose their nose is really moist and cold and because the air is really cold in this season and in these temperatures every time I just like swipe my nose or like adjust my glasses or something my nose gets really cold and it is like drippy at the same time too because I have like what was the name again rhinitis. Rhinitis. Right. I have like chronic rhinitis. I think it is genetic. So like pollen seasons where it gets pollen and whether it would be like pollen season or like a change of the seasons or like a midwinter where there's like a drastic drop of the conditions, it really gets stuffy and runny. It's annoying, hard to breathe. It isなんだったっけRightiness. わからん Anyways. Now I forgot what I want to say before I talked about the stuffy nose and the cold nose. なんだったっけな Right, I was kinda getting emo because well, I just I said I have been trying to set up this drinking stream for like 3 days. But today I felt like I had to like it is kind of strange. I have always been that one mute person in the like Discord server or anywhere. I don't reveal my voices. I don't speak in any instance that I could have been speaking and make the situation much better. And for like the years have passed after my surgery, I kind of blamed about the conditions and the constitutions. Oh, what the fucking word? What was the word? Anyways, I was blaming my situations rather than my ability to speak. Like, how should I say now? As of right now, I can speak in like 4 scales. Like, fa, sol, la, si, do. I think this 4 notes is the range that my voice can comfortably speak. Sorry about that. If I speak any lower than that, I think my voice should be really... Oh my god, it's already like building up mucus, because if I speak in really like low voice, my body thinks I'm hurting myself, and it is kind of bringing all the like mucus to protect it from like the heavy voice usage. And if I go a little bit higher, then like this kind of range, the voice start to crack and tremble if I speak in this voice too long, and it start to connect my like ear canals and start to vibrate all of my like nasal cavity to like ear cavity, and it's kind of like starting to how should I put it, in a medical term, my vocal cord trying to seizure, cause there is like a difference between a chest voice and head voice in like musical tone, like in vocal tone. And my range of speaking is just like right between where I can speak a head voice and a chest voice. So when I go to this kind of like range, it kind of like forced me into like I cannot maintain a proper note, a proper speaking notes, proper like humming notes. So it is like really tricky to like speaking variety of like nuances. Like if you think about like a normal speaking person, the voice can go up, it can go down, to express some kind of like emotion, some kind of like emphasize kind of stuff. It's really restricting for me, and it would be like this for another years, I think. I'm under medical like attention, of course, but the gist of it is I have to like keep using my vocal cord after the restoration surgery, that I have to keep using the voice into like really like proper way to speak a voice, which is my natural register, which is around like hydrate, like 220 hertz, like but now even if I like speak a little bit louder than this, it's kind of like like suppress. It's like it's hard to explain when there's like a hole like the mic and a digital thing between me and the listeners. Well, I'm confident about speaking English, of course. How should I put it? Ever since I was interested in a foreign, mostly Western media and my academic interest, that is the word I can put my. That is kind of accurate since I kind of learned English because of the spite. I think I have been talked this about like once before. Like obviously you can hear like an accent and a little bit of like hesitation when I spoke and articulate, accentuate some kind of like words that sprout from my head. There is like little hesitations and a lot of like contemplation between words. I have to eat a lot of like airs between words to properly think in English. But that is because I am in a country that is like far from a Western atmosphere, and I haven't went outside of this country to speak on English in another country. Like I have been staying in Australia for like 4 weeks in like 4 years, and I have been in San Francisco for like a week maybe for some conference and stuff. But I have never been familiarized myself into speak unnatural English. I have been always reading like forums. I have been reading papers. I have been reading like arguments and a lot of like streamers and like a conference, the presentations, a lot of like journals. Yeah, the accent is prominent. I know it is. I can't help it because if you like, I think it have to be it when you want to have an accent that is like really natural and close to the native speakers, you have to live in the like native speakers. It is like the raw of the nature. You have to constantly have the like audible feedbacks between you and all the people you interact with, and all the like fleeting moments of people that just like speaking to you, like the cashiers, like the clerks, or like any like fucking screaming homeless people screaming at you or whatever. You kind of have to immerse in that kind of atmosphere to constantly like feedback your spoken words. But obviously I have been learning English in a more so like hobbyist level. So yeah, as I mentioned, as I was like trying to mention before, I kind of like learn English out of spite. Because when you live in like English second language country, without knowing any English, despite it being on like official educational programs and such, You are at the like mercy of other people who are more prominent and proficient in a language than you to translate a raw and untouched materials into you. Like when you want to read a book, you have to find the translated versions. When you try to play a game, you have to wait for like certain like language patch to be delivered from like hobbyists or like officials. And when you want to like enjoy a stream, you kind of have to rely on like the translations, the translators on chat. And growing up and I adoring a lot of like Western cultures, Western games mostly. I really like hated that I am at the mercy of like someone's generosity. Like that person is obviously a great person that they spend their times to translate the things into like free form, but I had to like rely on that generosity and their mercy to even comprehend what is going on the things I really liked. So I just like started to just go into English forums, like, cause back in the day, well, there wasn't any like YouTube or like localizations. There isn't like the multi-language dubbings of the channels. There wasn't any. How should I put it? There wasn't DeepL, I think, in that time of the years. So I had to like line by line use the Google Translate, which is really inaccurate in the back of the day because they had like less data compared to today. And I was listening to a lot of like YouTubers or streamers, and I just pick a game like a Portal or Half-Life, Counter-Strike, Rainbow Six Siege, mostly like FPS games I'm really into, and I just keep immerse myself into the cultures and how they articulate and come up with words in every nuance they deem to fit. And like when it is like this situation, you have to speak a certain word, and when you like see a certain situations, like I don't know, when someone is like making fun of somebody, you kind of have to like chime in. It is kind of like social experience too. But yeah, I'm a little drunk and tipsy, so I don't know where I'm going right now, but the gist of the story is that I learned the language to enjoy what I like. And as long as I can get my things, get my feelings, get my intentions in a way that I can eloquently, honestly, eloquently, without a loss of the meanings, just if I can convey what I want to say to any other like English speaking country, English speaking persons, I counted that as a win. And what I like assured in a way is that most of the English speakers are dog shit. Like I have this like fantasy, like this mindless fantasy of like every English speakers would be proficient, eloquent, and like fluent in speaking in English. But I began to learn that not everyone, even if it is like their first language, native language, mother tongue, whatever, most of people that don't really speak on English in a level that is considered fluent or eloquent, they might be like have a really nice pronunciations, a really nice way of using like buzzword, like trendy words. Like most of the people would like to say like Gen Z words, like a trendy words to like fill up your like lingos. But that doesn't always mean that your ability to communicate what you really think and what you really feel isn't always isn't a thing that everyone don't always have. So yeah, just by somehow acknowledging that thing kinda eased up my mind. So that even if I like speaking like really broken English, that but I don't think I can speak in broken English if I want to try, cause I'm already too accustomed to speaking this way. Which is kinda academic way. It is kinda like I don't want to be like pretentious, but I really value the every meaning of the words and its nuance and the way of it's used. So I don't want to be most conversational situations kind of what it is. Just because I have been trained in academics, that I have to present in an English that have to use a lot of like synonyms and a lot of a similar word but have like different ones in the sentence. I developed in the habit of speaking in like poetic and really like pretentious, like eloquent word. So it is kind of like distant in a way of speaking in really like charming manner. Yeah. It is respectable and it is like really how should I put it? It is befitting of someone who learns the field of academics, because the whole point of doing research and trying to convey your ideas is to borrow the other people's already established sentences and word. Like if you see some kind of like Chinese drama, or like really like what was the genre name? The Wuxia. Most of the most of the time they like recite poems, right, to convey like the exact meanings in a concise way. Yeah, Wuxia. So, I'm lost on my words. Okay, it's time to drink. Bye. Similar to that, I have been speaking in a language that is have to be make sense, But I have been also cursed with how should I put it? The whole point of like academics and research and writing a paper is that there is no you unless you are speaking yourself in other people's language. Like the Newton once said you are standing on like a giant shoulder or whatever. But I really didn't felt that way unless before I come to the field of like research and tracking papers. Yeah, that's kind of like really accurate depiction of what I'm trying to say. Like it is really easy to tell you that you have to wear the shoes and walk on the road, but in a like field of academy, you have to explain why the shoes, the footwear have been developed in a way that encompass your foot and protect you from the outer elements, and why is it significant that you have to wear the footwear to step on the ground. And to explain the ground, you have to like explain about the types of the ground and like the ground that is vicinity of you, and why is it like dangerous to step in your shoes. So in order to speak, in order to like prepose yourself to speak about like walking in the road, you have to speak about every other aspect that is going into that actions. So it is really like a nightmare to explain everything I think into a really concise and precise word. That is really like why I'm most of the time just stumbling words myself. Like, what was that word again? What was the thing I was trying to say again? Because I cannot just say like the vague word like just walk, bro. I cannot just say that. I have to properly explain about all of the aspect you put into your like walking and running and even standing up. Yeah, I don't know how the talk is delved into this one. But what I was saying was that since I have been talking, even if it was Japanese, ちゃんと話せるですから、1週に1時間くらい I have been accustomed to speak more than I anticipated myself to be. Before times, only outlets of myself to getting out of my voice was like presentations, like or in the meetings that I have to prepare everything beforehand to convey a precise meaning, to not screw up, not to like be better, but not to screw up. But ever since I started this voice training and do the streaming business, not a business, streaming as a hobby as of right now, I kind of feel like I'm more accustomed to speak myself. Like human is an animal that can adapt into any other situations, even if it is something that is self-imposed. So the me before any of this stuff was really afraid of speaking, like as in using my voice to articulate. I'm saying articulate a lot, don't I? Using a word to conjure up the sentences that can convey my thoughts, feelings, emotions. And when you just keep doing the stuff over and over and over in different outlets, whether it be a stream, speaking to someone like you, or speaking to no one, usually, speaking to a friend, speaking to a teammate, where I don't have to prepare anything before I move my mouse and start to make my voice. I was slowly accustomed to speaking out my mind, speaking out how I feel, speaking out what I put my mind into. I actually can hold the conversations on as long as I'm not the one that instigated. Fucking hell, how can I okay. Instigate. Instigate. As long as I'm not the one that instigate the conversations and the things, I am a pretty good listeners. I'm pretty good talkers among the friends, cause you know I have a lot of interest, like webbed across, like most of the trendy stuff and most of the pretentious stuff, most of the funny stuff, most of the otaku stuff. So I suck at, yeah, I really like bad at like instigating the conversations and keeps it going. But I can take someone's will or someone's wit and try to keep the conversation going. It was I maybe suck at socializing, but I was never been shunned in a way of that I was antisocial or like I don't think I ever been ostracized by not speaking up. I always said my will, I always said my piece, I always said my thing I wanted to say in the conversation. So, but more and more of that piggybacking of the instigators in the conversation starters, let's say that is like around me, and more the opportunities to pick in a real time, not have to think about what people are saying right now, not having to prepare for what is like going to going to come, or this like coming to me, but to just like talk into everywhere, to nowhere, anywhere, without anyone instigating the conversations, kinda opened me up into speaking a lot about myself, a lot about what I feel right now, a lot about why I have been this way rather than that way. If you can emphasize with it. So sometimes in a day today like this, where like another goodbyes have been announced, even if you're not on like avid followers, even if you don't put much love as much as others you like, you are kinda like wanted to express and talk about it. Yeah. Usually, and before when this was happened, I just like drink alone, like dark little corner of my room, just drinking mindlessly. But just like mere months, I have been talking to people. I've been talking to the airs, talking to the monitors, talking to little text that appears magically in my another monitors. I have developed an attachment towards speaking into you, whoever that could be. So that is why I just felt that no matter what happens, I'd like to share this somber and a little bit sad feelings that I want to express. And yeah, this first time for me in whatever years I have been living today. So, yeah, sometimes it just you just don't want to be alone. Like, not like have to be like physically or like virtually have to be connected to somebody, but just to be able to speak your minds in a way that just even if you're like sad and you feel empty, just want to express yourself. whether it would be an act of drinking with someone, or whether it be speaking about the mundane things about your life, or whether it be speaking about the things you want to speak. It is really hard to convey this feeling that I had coagulated from, when was it? I forgot the time. From wow, 9 hours ago. Ah. Yep. This definitely sad and somber day, and I felt I just don't want to be drinking this good, nice bottle of sake all by myself, cause now when like somewhere in the world, somewhere is not have to be connected with me, there is someone who might be, I don't know, emphasize, that might be thinking the same thing about the situations, the things that happened, the decisions that have made. So yeah, it is kind of funny to think about. Like, you live for like 20 plus years now, and now in like few months you have been speaking aloud your mind. Now you're craving that sensation of being able to speak out about what you really feel, whether that be sad or gracious, graceful, great, or just down sad. That was what I was feeling. Well, you can kinda like sense from my voice, for the past few minutes I have been like verge of crying. I think I had a lot of drink. I don't feel particularly like blurry or tipsy or anything, but I know I'm kinda drunk. Since I kinda like feel that my emotions is going rampant. Anyways, I have been drinking like a lot of liquid, so I will be taking a toilet break for only 2 minutes. I will be right back. I'm so anyways, how should I put this? Bye. Oh, now I feel deflated. Well, I'm like literally deflated because my bladder was about to burst before the toilet break. But I am also figuratively deflated because I have been non-stop talking for, I don't know, past like 1 hour or so. I really should have like memoed what I wanted to say. 何が言ったったっけなんだったっけYeah, if I have a chance, I think I'd like to do some drawing streams too in the future. Not like serious drawings, but some doodles. Don't know, there is like really a lot of what I want to do, what I feels like I want to do, but there is like no promise as usual. Just a little person in this world. I can't even read what you're saying. I drink with you, but I know for sure that I feel some pain sometime later. Empty smoke and all, and fair. Yeah, I actually, if there is a sad, like, I think if you were in a fan base of a fan base that I am also in, I think you have heard a lot of like encouragement to drink water a lot or eat a lot when a sad news or unexpected news strikes. And I haven't been realizing what that could have been, but these days, whereas there's a lot of sad and unfortunate news, I kind of feel the importance of eating well. Because, well, you know, being emotional, being sad, and being actually emotionally invested into something that requires your empathetic attentions requires your energy. You have to be yourself to feel that sorrow, feel that sadness, feel that somberness. You need the energy to retain yourself, unless you are smothered by the emotions and cannot function as yourself. So, some kind of like my last self-preservation struck before this stream that I have ate a food, an actual food, an actual like balanced diet of the fiber, carbs, fat, and protein. So I have a lot in my stomach right now, so I can properly process and enjoy this drink to celebrate a new day ahead of her, instead of just being meaninglessly sad about the departures. I think I learned this too late. I could have been used this advice about taking care of myself to prepare for the emotional surge I would have been expecting. Could have been saved myself a lot of times before. Yeah. I'm glad that I have something to commemorate our existence. I'm really lamenting about not having anything to commemorate, but anything to remember certain a blonde vampire, a genius vampire. This kind of still sad that, well, you cannot expect that to happen, then just get everything, you know? So I think my linguistic abilities dried up. I don't know what to say anymore. If there is something, it is like going on in the screen, I can react to it. I can think about, can like think about a lot of things when there's something in the screen, but if there is nothing but you and yourself and your cup that is full of liquor, you rather be thinking than speaking, you know? Well, I think I'm really drunk right now. Yeah. If I wasn't having a full stomach before I have started drinking, I might have like blacked out here as of right now. But now I have like proficient health to go through this maniac and lunatic thoughts. Now it is like just, I don't know, just in a state of not enough thinking in my head to the truth out of my speaking abilities. Maybe that is why a professional streamers always have a memos in their like back pockets to like pull up whenever there was like block in the flow of speaking. They can just always like pick back into it and speak about a past event, or maybe something that is trend, maybe something that is interesting, maybe there's something is interested in them. Not me, on like a lolly drunk that have no preparations. They're coming into the thing. That is true. Do you know what? I don't think I will ever be like interactive or like how should I put it? A streamer that is have an ability to embrace the perspective of others and topics, cause I kinda have a strict and kind of stubborn ideas, so that even if someone like jokingly challenges me in my jokes or in my like remarks in my comments, I think I would be really antagonized by that comment, really upset by the comment, that I would try to argue with that one commenter than speaking about how I really feel about it. The one thing I really developed in these 20 plus years of my life is stubbornness and a strong opinion about certain matters. So if you like jokingly, if you like say, you are drinking Amakuchi sake, you don't know the bitterness of the life. You can only know the bitterness of life when you are old and drinking Karakuchi sake. And I will like, what the fuck, bro? I'm already suffering in the bitterness of life right now. Fuck you and fuck your life that you can only be like satisfied by feeling the bitterness of the Karakuchi sake, you fucking nimwit. That is like my gut reaction. So I have a lot of like respect about the other streamers that can be level-headed and can be accepting about other people's opinions and takes, even if it is like really stupid and childish, and maybe it is like intended in that way or it is like genuinely in that way. And I would be like, even if I gain like 1 million like cheddars right now, I would be like instantly turn them all my enemies because nothing is important than the opinion of me, you know? Because I am the center of the world. There can be no other opinions than my ones. Yeah, there is all sort of people who are drawn to anything. So I'm not too worried about someone who are like actively trying to hate me, because I'm used to, how should I put it? I'm used to getting a lot of hate in my life. So, well, this can be like coming from the ignorance, but I think I can be doing well even if I be hated by million people, cause you know there is probably a million people that is really against but what ideas I have right now. Like there is like billion people in like Japan, right? And surely there's like 500,000 people that hates Karakuchi sake. And I like Karakuchi sake, so it is really easy to just get on the other side of the people. So I just cannot worry about that aspect. Alright, one thing I really want to mention about the thing that before that was about accents, right? I have a variety of accents. I have been, how should I put it? In my educational repertoire, not repertoire, curriculums. In my educational curriculums when I was young, I was running Queen's English or like British English, like water, not water, like water, like can't, like flavor, that kind of like elongated words and like acute accent and stuff. But somewhere along the way, that one turned into more like American-centric English. And then I have been listening to a lot of Australian English. And I have been listening to a lot of like EU English, like the Northern Europeans or like Southern Europeans. So and I have also listened to a lot of like Asian Americans and like Asian Europeans and how they speak language and how they speak English. It's kind of affected me in a way that what is the word? Every accent from everywhere I have been and or space that I immersed myself into. Yeah, the slight imprint. Like the data. But I can purposefully say like data. But like data. But if I don't really concentrate about like speaking the word data, I just say data. In the like Australian way, like data. I have to like back up my data. Because the most of the time I was in like Australia, it was like a really centric on dealing with a lot of data and a lot of like coding in terms of like the research coding, not like the computer science coding. So I was really like earwormed myself for speaking like data, like the computer data. Oh, this is data. Anyways, if I really don't think about it, I just like speaking that in that accent, and I'm like really overly conscious about speaking about the like water. Like there's water and there's like water and there's like water. And I have like really no idea like where I have to say this word. Like do I have to say like water in like more proper situations where like a high like a fine dining restaurant? Should I like call the waiter and yo, could I not yo is hello sir, could I get a bottle of water? No, bottle of what water? Or should I like say hello waiter, can I have a bottle of water? Or do I have to say like can I have a cup of water? Like can I have a bottle of water? Like every time I see a word of like water or water, what the fuck ever, I just have to like contemplate between the three different words I have been listening to from my my British professors, like from my Australian internships and American like the streamers and the such. I have like juggled between all of these accents that I learned from like everywhere. So I'm always like embarrassed when like speaking about like the water, the fucking water. But, yeah, I just don't know where, when, and when to speak the accent about it. But one thing recently have been a really positive change in my life is that there is a certain group of like virtual beings that's called a justice. Just like that. Yeah, justice. They debuted with a lot of people in a lot of world that have a lot of accents. And that inspired in a way that they are still being adored and loved despite having a really distinctive, and sometimes if you have to be honest, sometimes it is unintelligible because of the thick accent. It is really if you have like thick accent, there is a limit that you can express yourself to be understood, because the more you have a like thick accent in your English speaking ability or any other like speaking abilities, if you have like a really like thick accent that is unfavorable by the native language speakers, you have to like preposition yourself into speaking a more proficiently spoken word. Like you have to speak louder, you have to speak in an accent that accentuates a really simple word, like as on like or me, like no, act strange. It is a disadvantage and a problem for sure, but despite they have been misunderstood, they have been misunderstood and how should I put it, they have been problematic, I should say, in terms of like speaking language. And there is a lot of like inability to speak what is considered the proper in the way of pretentious but unnecessary a hurdle that is called society. But they were still adored and respected, and even gained a lot of charms because of that accent. And I know that it is kinda hyperbole to compare that accent to mine in a lot of ways, but that didn't stop me from me gaining a courage and a lot of empowerment from their success. They are being adored. They are being an essential part of someone, and their traits, albeit some of it is emphasized to gain their familiar audiences. It is still an amazing confidence boost to someone who has a thick accent when speaking English. But really kind of thankful for them to not try to hide, not try to act playfully around your accent, but just to express yourself in a manner that is being yourself and still getting loved by a lot of people. Gave me a lot of hope, a lot of inspirations and empowerment toward myself. That was what I wanted to say. Like, the 1 hours ago when I was talking about the accent and stuff. Mm. It was there is some in having a neutral type accent while present, but at least it doesn't deter you from getting your point across. I think without any experience and without any living experiences in overseas and only development in my tongues, I don't think I can manipulate or correct myself into a proper accent or even impressioning a neutral accent. But I don't know. They gave me a bravery to be not in favor of others. Yeah. The main reason I kind of wanted to learn the Queen's English was that it is a language that it is kind of like highly regarded language in a world hemisphere. So I thought it as if I learn that language, I might be able to up my game, up my value, up my proposition in this world a little bit higher than the other peoples who are not speaking a same accent. That is why I was kind of devoted and to learn the proper English in the terms of like media and stuff. But now in this state of mind, I am kind of content with my accent as what it is. I am more concerned about like the range of my voice because I cannot be really expressive with my voice, and I can't really like laugh out loud. I can't giggle. I can't cackle. I can't shout. I can't vocal fry. And there's like a lot of noise in my voice right now. So I am more worried about not able to express myself than having a proper accent now. And I think that is something that is more important and something that I can cherish rather than just mouthing about why I have this accent, why my parents wasn't rich to send me into some foreign country in my young world. Mm. Rather interesting, really, since the environment and setting in which you learn a new language plays a non-insignificant part in the language and pitch of the speaking voice. Yeah. Do you know what I really want to do someday? I kinda wanted to go karaoke. As of right now, I don't think singing is some recommended activities that I can do. Yeah, I am actually like prohibited from singing aloud. And like honestly, with my limited range of voice, I don't think I can speak or sing in like any other songs? At least for me, my English tends to come a little lower or higher, but if I try to speak my I'm speaking in a lower tone, it's kind of. I think that is. I actually asked this about my vocal teacher. That compared to like English that is used a lot of like vocal, like lower, like vocal registers. English have a lot of like resonance, well, that is resonance with your like lower voice, and that have a lot of like open throat sounds that can be like spoken. But まあ日本語로言えば日本語って英語よりこんなになんていうの低い声はあまり喋ってないと思いますね。So if I 日本語で喋ればこんな感じですけど if I speak English it is just like drop down to this level. It is just inherent in some languages that cannot be helped. Of course, まあこんな低い声でも日本語喋るのはできると思いますけど、and I can just speak English in this like like this higher resistance. But if you were to speak in our natural speaking voice, I think how the language resonates in your mouth and the throat capacity kinda works in a way that depends on your that changes a lot of your resistance. I think now I have like latency in my movements. Everything is in a little bit slow than I usually perceive. I think this has to be my last cup. Now let's think about what I can toast this last glasses. How do you call sakajuki? Is this glasses or cup? Wow, I'm yawning right now. I think I'm really drunk. Like, so drunk. I swear if I like get up from my chair, I think I will be stumbling and like skipping legs and just like stumbling to ground and never wake up. Kind of drunk. But at least I have spoken my mind. And I have expressed myself of this somberness and sadness that I felt, also which I overcome. So I think I have no regrets. It's kinda cheesy and maybe a little bit cocky to say this to a one that I have to know. But I raise my cup and glass. You for all the fortunes and futures in this world. I hope that whatever you put your minds into can be manifested into reality by your own volitions and your own skills and your own amazing talents that you have. And I wish you to have a really bright future ahead of you. Bye. Wow, it's been 2 hours that I've been rambling. Jesus. Every stream I think I have said this. In every entry sheet, every instance when there is like end is near, and I know there is the thing I have to end. I think I always have been saying this, but I'm really bad at goodbyes. I'm really bad at closing things, whether it be I don't know, like really goodbyes between friends, whether it be goodbyes between the strangers or friends, whether it be a project, whether it be something you're passionate about, whether it be something you hate, actually. It's really hard to finish something. I really envy people that are naturally can finish when there is something that have to be finished in anyways. Yeah. So this have been a drinking stream about drinking the tears of polar bears. ホッキョクグマの涙. I have like sort of the bottles, though I think I will be finishing those in my like private drinking nights. So thank you for having your company, and thank you for listening to my ramblings. Thank you for listening to my thoughts. Thank you for everything that have been happened in the 2 hours. And I hope to see you again in somewhere near future when I want to hold the stream. All the best and good luck for you. And I really thankful about, well, I'm really thankful about everything, aren't I can't speak. ありがとう。来てくれて本当にありがとうございました。I hope I can see you someday in the futures. See you soon. See you again. See you sometimes. Then, じゃあな。Thank you.